before the first shout. The island already knows our names and weighs our chances. We breathe stone and discipline, trading daylight for orders carved into darkness. Our tools sing a cruel lullaby, promising shelter and a narrow tomorrow. Rations count days like beads, the rosary each prayer swallowed smaller than yesterday. Mom, this island smells like a storm. Walking my fear under the glass ink need thunder rehearsal. Their funeral, we rehearse very carefully as if to achieve perfection. We count seconds by falling grid, measuring life in the language of collapse. Fire sniffs our hiding places, learning the routes we pray it forgets. Live fiercely, die wisely, trading impulse for patience and noise for knives. Over the water, strangers carry their son. Our knights challenge to surrender. We practice small mercies under large disasters, forcing tenderness through pain. They ride toward a myth, learning quickly how real stones argue truth. The beach eats courage slowly at first, then with terrible appetite. We're finally speaking up so that the rocky syllables end. Our silent words. Box Company, we have reached the first S. Coordinates grid reference to 50 for send in the reserves. The sea responds to our disagreement, write the answer. It's on the flanks of volcanoes. Guide to become. Confession when all roads lead to the same horizon. Heat negotiates, quickly demanding surrender from air, skin, and memory. Even in smoke we choose who we are and who we save. The island spits its teeth, refusing to smile for any conqueror. We move by inches, paying each one with names and breath. Say quickly, words will grow old amid the echoes of wine in this tomb. Every object left behind becomes a witness, stubborn and unsentimental. We decorate death's waiting room with life, hoping it shows reluctant respect. In war, punctuation is a bullet deciding where sentences end. The door closed forever behind them, quietly learning our complex language. We inherit the night, though it burns our lungs for payment. Water becomes a ceremony, brief, wholly, absolutely, and exaggerated. Breath itself becomes enemy soil. We dig for oxygen between explosions. Even the air tries to answer but cannot carry our weight. The darkness of violent controversy claims all forms. They all want your last heartbeat. Weakness survives siege, a small rebellion against the grand arithmetic. We're clearing their labyrinth, patiently clearing these corridors with thunder and lightning. Hope weighs almost nothing. Still it anchors us to gentler shores. Above is an area, our harsh land. We conquer it with strong faith. Even the rubble is thrown when they remember the old shapes and the old vows. A square piece of fabric claiming sky-ground painting. Argue without agreeing, symbols go away from darkness. They reach into their quiet, unmoving rooms. Ta. Hands learn steadiness from necessity when mercy runs out of time. The island rearranges the words, burying the verbs that once proudly walked. Go. Home is heavier underground. It sits behind the tongue, unmoving. Steps count like beads, we pray not to wake the sleeping guns. Noise selects its heirs, only echoes remain to tell lineage. Order returns as is rose, each name on a line of unfinished text. Smoke draws circles where maps insist on straight, unforgiving lines. Gravity claims its due, collecting interest in splinters and trapped breath. Life continues rude and busy, ignoring our grand negotiations. Bird wings bringing to earth judgment, remember. Every syllable without resistance. When vision fails, memory oils the mechanism and steadies resolve. Water says impatience reminds the muscles to loosen the mind back. Gods accept cramped offerings, reverent and small like our remaining hours. The air betrays us, floating lungs. We've moved the debate deeper. We carve doors where none belong and step through with guarded hope. Music brief and brave drowns beneath the alphabet of explosions. Prayer threads through gauze, stitching two kinds of healing together. Games rise like smoke, searching ceilings that never open to heaven. -1 units, new orders. Secure the ventilation shaft immediately, watch your flanks. The earth keeps its own rituals, indifferent to uniforms and flags. Human breath recognizes itself even when words wear different uniforms. Salvation shines out there while we have to deal with the foundation, this hungry stone. Commands grow shorter as destines grow long and unavoidable. We step away from the past, letting fire translate our intentions. Artificial daylight writes harsh margins around secrets we cannot keep. Maps wash away muscle memory, shoulders the burden in their place. When exits die, we manufacture smaller exits. Calling them hope, war borrows crayons from children, returning only broken stubs and noise. Steel listens to hands, learning the conversation between fear and duty. The island lost a secret in exchange for a handful of graves. He treats the living and the remembered with equal careful hands. Words die cleanly in fire when mouths cannot uphold them longer. For one breath, war forgets itself and water remembers everything. Victory smells of gasoline and paperwork. Never as sweet as promised. Gotten our door. Noise takes our names quickly and returns only brief shining outlines. We hold because our legs remember drills, not because hearts agree. Morning counts us honestly, untroubled by rank, flag, or intention. Paper offers paths our vows forbid. We fold them into silence. Thirst disciplines everyone equally, writing treaties across cracked mouths. Recognition is painful. It reduces myths to ordinary frightened breathing. Decisions vanish in darkness when sunlight refuses to share the burden. For those below, a drink. For those above, a reminder. Some symbols must sleep unseen to keep meaning from burning away. 200 hearts still carry the impossible calculations of an island. I have learned patience where fire lives and mercy where orders end. The bright little things that remain after the storm. Need to explain.